Hello everyone, welcome back to my Chanel. Today I'm joined by the marvellous, gorgeous Christmas elf.
Christmas elf?
Ready on the
Elf?
My little Christmas elf.
Oh, you got an eyelash.
Well, I would bloody hope so.
Let me have a look. What's going on here? Oh.
So, it is that time of year where it is just after Christmas. It is actually just before Christmas now and we are filming. But
You scared me then. I was like, where am I? Mandela effect.
through the magic of television, we will now be after Christmas.
Television?
Every year I film a Goodbye That Year video, and today I am going to go through the topics of the year with my glorious friend, Roly.
I'm more of an assistant.
You're not doing a bloody good job, are
This
you?
is a business partnership, not real friendship.
Okay, so in this video, what I do is talk about all the good things that have happened to me in the last year. This year, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to have Roly here as my assistant. Please stop staring at me like I'm some sort of alien
I was
egg.
looking into your soul and I was like, see what colour your soul is, and no one else should have one.
We have a couple of topics to talk about this year that are kind of relevant to both of us, as long as you're having fun doing the Hawaiian shimmy over there. The first topic that we are going to talk about that happened in 2018 is the YouTube Rewind.
Oh god.
YouTube Rewind. Do you know the one thing that I really hated about this is that they glossed over every single thing that actually happened this year and manufactured like some happy fantasy nonsense. And the whole phrase that was like,
We control rewind.
like,
Well, clearly we don't, judging by how it was. I just find it weird that they would put someone who's not a YouTuber who opens the YouTube Rewind.
oh yeah, what, that ninja
Will
guy?
Smith- no, Will
Oh, Will
Smith.
Smith as
Will
well.
Smith
Like,
was a YouTuber. Like, why would you have someone who's not a YouTuber doing YouTube? It makes like. I mean, I understand why they do it because they want to be come in, but like YouTube isn't commercial. Like, it's not a.
well, this goes to show that it is moving in like an ad-friendly movement, and the reality is we've been on YouTube long enough to know what YouTube really, like what should really make YouTube's bread and butter, and the fact that they're going such this corporate way shows that they really don't care about their creators. Like, they even put in something that was like, that girl that was like, oh, and this year we stepped so much further for Asian representation in the media, and it's like, that is breaking a rule of television. And a rule of television or film, or whatever it is we do, is you show. You don't tell what you're doing, you show what you're doing. You leave everyone with the impression that that is what they're coming away from it with.
Well,
you don't tell them that that's what they're expecting.
And the fact that this has been, it's literally the most disliked video on YouTube.
Yeah.
In the space of like a week, it has the most dislikes.
In a weird way, I'm kind of like, YouTube are going to come for me for this, but I'm kind of like hoping that they take this on board and go, maybe, just maybe, somewhere, our little corporate business meetings aren't quite what people want.
Well, the thing is like, it's like they're not trying to make it YouTube anymore. It's like, we're not YouTube, why would we put you, that's
exactly what it feels like.
People like Shane Dawson who ruled YouTube this year.
Yeah.
The fact that they wouldn't include Shane Dawson just seems ludicrous. And like, he would have said, oh, they asked me and I said no, so don't take the... Like,
Yeah,
but the fact that he hasn't said that, to think that they wouldn't put him in when literally the entire world was like so intently watching him this year. The fact that Jeffree Star's like one of the highest paid YouTubers, he's done massive things this year as well, no even inclination. Like the fact that it includes James Charles, like there's so many other beauty gurus who like...
Although James Charles was in it for like a split second in the Tesla car in space.
Yeah.
But that Tesla car being in space had nothing to do with YouTube. The reality of it is, this feels like an advert for how YouTube wants to be perceived, rather than the actual stuff that was happening on YouTube over the last year.
Yeah.
And that is unacceptable. Anyway, let's move on from that, because that was obviously a very touching topic. Okay, so the next thing that also kind of ties in with the YouTube drama, or the YouTube Rewind, is the Logan Paul drama that happened in January of this year. Nothing was mentioned on that on YouTube Rewind, but Logan Paul and his brother Jake Paul seem to have been the queens of YouTube this year, in terms of like kid entertainment.
They're unstoppable. The suicide that he put in the forest was literally horrendous, but 90% of people that are outraged forgot within a couple of days.
Yeah.
Like, it's a normal thing with cancel culture. Any of these people, they hook on a storyline, they jump on it, say something, and they'll tweet about it, and then just forget that it happened. And there's only a tiny percentage of people who actually try to campaign against it or try to make a difference. The rest of them are just like, did he do that?
Stop.
I'm just not interested in seeing this trash anymore.
Well, it's so weird that after he did the Shane Dawson thing, and then he's doing his own little documentary, it's like, oh no, Jake Paul's doing his own, after Jake Paul did that thing with Shane, Jake Paul's now doing like his own little money documentary. Like,
is he?
Yeah, like a look into his life, and it's like, this is
We already saw into your life, we're a bit oversaturated.
But also, like, him doing his, you don't do a documentary on yourself.
Yeah, like, that is exactly the problem that happened with Manny MUA.
Yeah.
He was like,
I'm doing my own
documentary
Oh, so you
drama.
can literally spin the story
That's exactly
100% in your favour. Trot along, bitch. No.
Oh, I like the waft.
This goes back to the concept of an influencer rather than a content creator. You know what I mean? An influencer is so self-absorbed that they're like,
oh, it's fine, I can do whatever I want and everyone will clap my hands.
I don't know why I did that. Like, I always call myself a creator. I'm not an influencer. Never have done, never will do, can't get diabetes, never have done diabetes. Well, if I wanted a sugar daddy, I could.
I'm scared.
Yes.
I call myself a content creator because I create content that's enjoyable, hopefully, to watch.
Yeah.
I don't influence people. It's like influencer is another word for salesman. Like, what sort of... I know that, like, salesmen are technically, like, they rule
I'm gonna start
the
calling
world.
myself an online salesman.
I'm a digital salesman.
Like, oh, how dry.
It's vomit. And I think those that...
There's a real trend at the moment that people don't seem to be opening their eyes. Like, people, if someone tells you or shows you what they're like, believe them, because that's what they're like. Okay, on to the next drama, because otherwise we're going to talk forever about the Logan brothers. That's not even their name. Anyway. Okay, so the next topic that I want to talk about is your 200k.
Oh yeah, I'm famous.
If you're not subscribed to Roly, jump over there and subscribe to Roly. Jump immediately, children. I can sell you jumping. Jumping.
My year of final success.
It has. It's been many, many years, and I can definitely sympathise with the whole sort of like, I'm still here, pay attention.
Hello!
I never thought doing reaction videos to piercings going on would suddenly become so massive. And the fact that the first one went viral and then the rest like still got over like 100 to 200,000. I'm like, why are people still watching it? It's like 6 months now, but people are still watching it. So I'm
iconic.
I was literally the first person on YouTube to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
The
So
first
well
person to do
done.
it. Like, that's a hard thing to do. So yeah, because I after I did it, I was like searching and I was like, no one has literally done this. There's literally nothing on YouTube.
You have carved yourself out a little place in YouTube history. Honestly, it's so good. Even though I'm friends with you and like often talk to you about piercings gone wrong, like in real life, I find them so entertaining to watch because it's your little fan flick and you're like, what is she doing? Oh, Carol! And it just makes
Wacky Carol!
Makes me die. It's such a weird thing, isn't it? It's like a goose that lays like, not golden eggs, but like maybe like slightly bronze, semi-precious stones. It's a goose that lays semi-precious stones.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers to your next year's success.
I want
Cheers.
500k by the end of next year. Charles.
Okay, another thing that I want to talk about this year that has gone particularly well for me is my university. I have learnt some things about myself and done some work that I never thought was possible, and I'm doing well at something in my life.
And we love a science queen.
We do.
No, I mean, I can't really comment too much about it because I have no effing idea like what goes on, but
Yeah.
I've seen you in your lab coat.
Yes, you have. I'm very glamorous, aren't I? I always make the effort, and I have like a 60s quiff when I go in, just like, yes, let's do some protein establishment.
We love a protein cream.
We love it. I'm not a bodybuilder. No, but it is something that I never thought I could really achieve in my life, is good academic skills. And this is something that has kind of haunted me up until I started university. So now that I'm in my final year and I will be graduating this coming March, it's a big deal for me. And I'm getting A's. And it means that I could possibly end with a first-class degree. And that is my, like, dream. Cannot wait. It's going to be so good.
And then she's got to make makeup.
Yes! I want to go into formulation of cosmetics and pharmaceuticals.
That'd be so cool.
That would be my dream. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the Jeffree Star Beauty Guru community drama that happened in like summer, I want to say.
I want to start off by this. It's like I would love to say that I'm the better person, I'm bigger than this. But I kind of lived through it.
I know, me too. The fact that it spawned like a 7-part series about Jeffree Star's life.
The funny thing is, it's literally it's actually mental because I mean I get we're kind of in a little bubble, but I feel like they literally took over YouTube.
Yeah.
Like
the first half of this year, they were everywhere, everything.
The fact that like people that don't do like Philip DeFranco and a lot of the commentary channels that I watch, who aren't beauty gurus at all, were talking about it. Like, that's a big deal when, like, the outside of community are talking about it.
Yeah.
It was nuts, the stuff that was going on, and flipping Manny and Laura and all this.
It goes
fake
again
apologies
to the thing,
and fake scripted stuff, and it was just like...
Laura Lee's apology. For 4 minutes.
This has been so hard!
Yeah, like, where's my moisture? I dried up 12 years ago. Also, it comes down to the fact of what we were saying about earlier with influencers versus content creators. All these people got too big for their boots. They all thought that they were untouchable.
Yeah.
and they're so unself-aware of what they said. They're even posing in that picture where they were all like this and then like caused something. I loved that. A bit of my guilty soul was like, drop below 5,000. Oh, Laura Lee, all those 5 burgers on the bed.
Throw them out the window.
Laura literally lost 1 million subscribers. That's insane.
I did start to feel a little bit bad for her though, because I thought nobody else is getting quite the amount of flack that she is getting, and I was like, I want it to be equal between all of them.
It's because she handled it the worst. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Manny still lost a lot. He lost about 500,000. But I feel like people are a little bit more forgiving as well of guys than they are girls.
Yes, they are.
And I think that's definitely a thing. There's been like a recent scandal with Laura Lee and Trisha Paytas because they had like a Christmas...
God, the fan dropped in shoot.
I know. They had like a Christmas party at Jerry Graceffa's house and...
yes!
And like, so Laura stole this iPad or something and used it for a giveaway that Trisha bought for like the Secret Santa or whatever. And it was just like, what are you doing?
I know. They just seem like quite slimy group of people. For people that are beautiful, all you have to do is make videos about nice things. How are your souls so shriveled and scabby?
It's young people who get famous really quickly. That's what it is. It just goes straight to their head. And I think even if I was that big, I know for a fact that I would never become like that.
You know, there's a point that I can look back in my past and say there was definitely a section that if I suddenly did get sky high, I probably would have been quite a toxic personality, but I'd like to think that now being a bit older, I'm a bit more wiser. But there's something about the beauty guru world again that moved away from creativity and into salesman, and it's just like, I'm just, dry, boring people. Get QVC. Go on, off you go, Laura Lee, they're hiring. Okay, so the next topic that we're going to talk about, that kind of I really enjoyed about as well, was the drag race gags that happened this year. Probably the first gag for me was like having All Stars 3 in like the same year as like season 10, and also now we're also getting All Stars 4, so like 3 seasons in 1 year seems a bit ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you had all 3, isn't it? Yeah.
But the first gag for me was Trixie winning, because no one really saw that coming, but everyone kind of saw that coming, if you know what I mean. Like,
ultimately, Shangela should have won through the competition of winning and stuff.
Ben de la Creme should have won.
Well, no, but she left.
She didn't leave.
Yeah, she should have won, but like.
But Shangela was there.
I can tell that RuPaul was a bit like, I don't want to handle the crazy fans, so I'm going to make it so you have to decide queens.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he did it. Very strategic, so like he didn't have to have the blame completely, because then when Trixie's up against Kennedy, there was no competition.
Oh, absolutely.
So
that was really strange, wasn't it? Like, no offense to Kennedy, but she wasn't the strongest competitor.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been in second place.
Like, if that had been Shangela versus Trixie, that would have been like showdown of the century kind of thing. Did you hear what Trixie said about Shangela's outfit as well? Apparently she had a hammer and a piñata stuffed under her big coat to like reveal and like do some dancing with in the final lip sync.
Oh. A piñata and a hammer?
Because you have to remember as well, like, All Stars is about what they've done outside, why they're on the show and everything, and Trixie has been one of the more successful drag queens that have ever come out of the show. So
yeah, it's kind of
she definitely deserves the title of All Star.
And she had some brilliant costumes this year, like her IQ Kitty for the spike with the pink hair, that was beautiful, and also the one where she had the books on her head and she was in the red, that was beautiful as well.
And the shock horror when fucking RuPaul was like, we cannot have trans people on the show.
Oh yeah, and now Gia Gunn's in it. I mean, iconic. Trans people made the ballroom scene in the 60s, 70s and 80s. There is a history there. It's really strange. I can understand from a point of maybe of saying, oh, it's got no place in a reality TV show, but then like, that's also not true.
Yeah.
Like, it has everything to do with the reality TV show. Like, what planet are you from?
I think over time the show will probably adapt into having more trans people in it, but I think at the moment it's I think it's almost like an old man that's too annoyed to be like, no, I can't change the way that I've done my thing.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what it is. The show's a bit like that.
Drag Race is coming to the UK next year.
Yeah,
hopefully that will be exciting. Can you imagine, like, all the bearded, hairy queens that are going to be on it, just covered in glitter?
But will they do that though, or will they just try and make it like it's America and just have like the really feminine looking? It's not just going to be London though. They're accepting people from around Europe as well. So I think so. Because even now, RuPaul's Drag Race, you don't get many quirky people anymore.
No, you don't. You get
it's definitely all about just the face-tuned glamour Instagram model-y people.
It is. Talking about that, who do you think is going to win All Stars 4?
Well, I want Latrice to win.
Yeah, same.
None of them, I'm sorry, but none of the girls in there are a smudge compared to Melilla and Latrice.
Yeah.
They're both so well put together and like established, and because they've had so much longer to kind of do what they do. Like when they walked in, I was like, I love these other girls, but but you're not going to. If I was selling that room,
is going to work away.
If I was selling that room and saw them come in, I'd be like,
time to go home.
Yeah, we're not winning this shit.
There's some weird thing about like coming straight off your season into All Stars that I don't like. I feel like you need to have the experience, go away for 1, 2, 3 seasons, and then come back because that like All Stars is almost the reignition of a career in a way.
Yeah, no.
So I find it really strange that producers bring back the people that are like right now in the hottest.
The thing is, I can understand why they brought Aja back because she went really, really early on. And there was a lot of hype around her with the whole, you're gorgeous, little I get that she was like the meme queen, and so they brought her back because she was very clickable. And, you know, she did learn a lot in that time. But Monique and Monet, they didn't really do anything that was like iconic or that was kind of...
Well, they had an iconic moment, but they've kind of sold it a little bit. But that's the whole problem with Drag Race now, is that it really is about building your brand.
Yeah.
And people want to cling on to whatever they've said that builds their brand for them, and it has to happen naturally. I don't think you can force to build something like that. You know, when Michelle Visage was like, "That's giraffe," it wasn't giraffe, it was cow print, because giraffes are yellow.
Oh.
Manila or Latrice to win. I love them both. They're very good.
Let us know in the comments who you want to win All Stars for, and we shall make it happen.
I'm gonna win.
Roly. Okay, so we are now on to the final topic of what has happened this year that makes me squirt.
What?
We love a squirting queen.
We do. So the thing that happened to me this year that I've really, really enjoyed is...
Are you going to say become friends with me?
Yes! My new friendship with Roly that's actually face-to-face and not digital. It has been an absolute hoot hanging out with you this year.
And you. Never
making,
again,
like,
you know.
cool videos and just, like, absolute pant-wetting hysteria of utter nonsense.
It's mental how quickly it's kind of... We were friends before, but never, like, close friends.
Yeah.
It was just, like, we'll chat on the internet now and then, and literally within weeks we've become, like, best friends, and it's mental. It's very clear that we were supposed to be in each other's lives.
Yeah.
It was very evident that at some point this was obviously meant to happen.
And it's happened!
You're, like, literally one of my favourite people ever now.
Yay! You are one of mine as well.
I'm in a good headspace where I'm, you know, just...
same, sweetie. Headspace. I know all about that.
So I think, like, we've met at the right time, and I feel like... I don't know if I believe in fate or any of that stuff, but I feel like this was meant to happen in this way. And
I understand what you mean. Absolutely. It's been lovely having our little friendship
Blossom, so to speak, and...
It's interesting when you get someone that you click with so well, it leaves you afterwards, like, I get a feeling with people often where I feel like my social battery has hit 20% and I'm getting a notification in my brain that's like, go away and charge. I don't get that with you.
Oh, okay.
Which is lovely. I mean, you're probably about to say, I get that with you.
I get it with you all
please
the time.
Leave.
I'm so sick of you. Can you go home, please?
That is it, sweeties. Thank you so much for joining us for this Goodbye 2018
Goodbye
video.
2018.
We'll see you in the new year.
Oh God, that's triggering.
What has happened in your life that you've absolutely loved this year? Please leave it in the comments so that I can get a little heartwarming moment. Hopefully next year will be a lot better than this year. I wish you all the best, Roly, for your internet channels in 2019.
Multiple channels now. I'm a multi-queen. We love a multi-queen.
Yeah. I hope to hit 10k next year on my new channel.
You will.
I don't think I will, you know. But let's see. Alright, see you around.
Bye! Mamchi!
On the piano. I haven't got my phone. Hello.
Bonjour! Oh gosh, shut up. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to Luxeria's channel. Today we're going to be talking about deceased people.
Also known as
cancel culture.
Cancel culture? No.
How dare you? Oh, she's manching on the... What's happening? Okay, so, this is no.
Are you having an aneurysm?
I'm just a constant aneurysm.
People watching this are going to be like, I've slipped into a fever dream.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I'm broken. No, it's manufactured for the television.
Yeah. Television? What is this, Sky One?
I feel like an old lady. I'm like, where are I? What am I on? I used to be famous, don't you know? I capture it in my eyelash jar.
Mukbang without Trisha Paytas. Yeah, no, I've done really well this year actually. It's been when I first went full time, I was a bit lazy. It's really difficult to like.
When I first went full time is what? Is what baby trans girls say. What? Trans. My goodness, closed captions will be like hibbledy hedgehog. I am the best. You all are trash. Thrilling. Alternative splicing in diabetes. Eyes in the ear holes. Glamour.
On the thumbnail.